Hello again, welcome to another YouTube video here on Glastonbury Gabriel. Today you find me in Welshpool, which is my mum's local town. The reason I'm here is I've got to go to Shrewsbury today, so I thought I'll take the camera along and show you around what a medieval town like Shrewsbury looks like. So as you can see here, Edinburgh isn't the only station built right underneath the castle. I'll come back another day and do a Charles Darwin video. Okay, yes, this is Charles Darwin, but I'm not going to talk about him, not in this video. And this is where he went to school, but no more Charles Darwin, I promise. This excellent half-timber building is what's known as Castle Gates House. Late 16th century, the interesting thing about this, it was actually moved from a place in Dogpole in 1702. This is the BL 5.5 medium artillery gun. Introduced during the middle of World War II. It could fire a 100-pound round just over 9 miles. You wouldn't want to get in the way of that. And this is the famous Ordnance QF 25-pounder, also from the Second World War. Considered the best of its type, these were in use up until the 1980s in the British Army. This could fire a 25-pound shell over 7.5 miles. Shrewsbury Castle is one of our very early castles, originally built in 1067, only a year after the invasion. It was, however, greatly extended by Roger de Montgomery in 1070. It was used as a local administrative centre and for a centre of operations into nearby Wales. A lot of the medieval stonework has long since gone under shops and offices in the town, but it is still a fascinating castle worth a visit. Having climbed the staircase again, so you don't have to, here we are at Laura's Tower. This was built by the famous Thomas Telford in 1790 for the daughter of the local MP at the time, for her 21st birthday. I was here in July with my son Simon, and there was actually some archaeological work going on here. You can see where the pits were, 1, 2, and over there you've got number 3. So, this building has stairs. We need to ascend. Let's go up. And here we are at the highest point in Shrewsbury, I believe, certainly the highest point in the castle, on the steps of Laura's Tower. And down there you can see the bridge over the River Severn, used by the railway, running into the station just there. So that was the castle. I'm not going in because they charge you a £5, and I'm sorry, but I'm a skinflint. So let's head on into town. Shrewsbury, the county town of Shropshire, sits in a loop of the River Severn on almost an island. There are over 660 listed buildings in the centre of town alone. The street plan of the centre of the town is still remarkably medieval, and the place is jam-packed full of lovely buildings. This is Grope Lane. Many medieval towns have a lane called Grope Lane or something similar. It was actually the red light area. These steps take you up to this area here, which is called the Bear Steps. You're never short of churches in Shrewsbury. On the left here is St Alkmund's, while straight in front is St Julian's, which was closed but now is open for services again. This is the remains of the original St Chad's Church, one of the original churches around which Shrewsbury was formed. Thomas Telford, the famous road engineer, took one look at it and warned them it was in danger of collapse, but they laughed him off and ignored him. Then one morning in 1788, the parishioners awoke to find a pile of rubble where the church once was. Always listen to your engineers, I say. Got to admit, I'm walking down streets I've never walked down before. This is all new to me. And there's the Admiral Benbow pub down at the bottom. Look on the left, see that was obviously a warehouse of some description. You can see where the winch was. Here's an interesting building. On that side, it's the police station, or was. On this side, it was the Weights and Measures office. So I'm going to head down there because I'm looking for the market. They tell me it's been revamped since I was last in there, so we're going to go and have a look at that next. So here we are at the museum and the art gallery. I'm not going in there today because that's a video in its own right. But for now, suffice to say, it's in the square opposite the original market, and there is actually a market on today, so let's go and have a look round. A market hall has stood on this site since the 1260s. The building you see here was completed in 1597. The market here has a history going back to medieval times. Lots of nice things to see, including fudge, which you notice I'm walking past today. And I wonder who that is up there. So here's the market. Let's go in. The last time I came in here it wasn't very impressive, but apparently they've done a load to it. Let's go and have a look. Well, this certainly looks busier than when I was last here. So, let's go up. There's a gallery up here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it had to be done. They do cake, so I've done cake, so that you don't have to. Look at that. Cake and coffee. It doesn't get much better. So, I'm walking in Claremont Road now. Well, once a year this is the busiest road in Shrewsbury because this is the way to get down to the quarry. The quarry is a park where they once a year have the Shrewsbury Flower Festival, which is a massive event. Maybe we'll come and shoot that one year, but for now, let's go and see what's up here. So, do you remember that little church earlier on that fell down, St Chad's? Well, that was St Chad's 1.0. This huge building here, which is completely round by the way, is St Chad's 2.0. Remember St Chad's V1.0 that fell down? Well, here is St Chad's V2.0. Built in 1792 and is unique in having a round nave. The round shape of the church was actually accidental. It was supposed to have been a standard rectangular design. This round design had been rejected, but somehow, through a mix-up, this is what was being built. So they were stuck with it. And I think it looks really impressive. When they were building this church, they used a very handy pile of rubble that used to be called St. Chad's to make the foundations with. This arts and craft pulpit is quite amazing. Just going to light a candle for my mum. There you go, Mum. That one's for you. The chapel here is dedicated to the local regiments based in the area. Well, that was a real treat to find that church open. I've never been in a round one before. Wow, that's all I can say. So let's move on over there to the quarry. Well, we've made it to the quarry, and as I move around, over there you can see the dingle, which we're going to go and have a look at in a minute, and beyond all of that is the river. So my plan is now, we're going to walk down to the river. We'll have a look at the dingle on the way, and then we're going to walk along the river back to the railway station and finish the video there. So off we go. So here we are at the hidden gem that is the dingle. It's part of the quarry, it's been hollowed out, but now it's been reclaimed and planted, and it's this amazing place where you can just come and sit, surrounded by flowers, and it's amazing. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so that's the dingle. Let's go and have a look down by the river. There are one or two posh schools around here, and these are their boat houses. That one there, and there's a swing around. That one over there. Posh chaps can be seen occasionally rowing up and down the river in their boats based in there. And there is one of the aforementioned posh schools right up there on the hill overlooking the town. So, we've arrived by the banks of the River Severn. That way is the railway station, so we're going to walk that way until we see a station. So let's go. All these leaves on the ground caused by the drought makes it feel like autumn. It really does. You can kick your way through the leaves. A bit like looking at Hogwarts up there. Brave New World 50s architecture. You've got to love it, haven't you? So we've reached this needle-like structure, and we can go that way, or down here, we can go this way. As this hugs the side of the river, this is where I'm going to go. Another bridge coming up on the right. That one's only a footbridge, I think. I don't think it takes traffic. So we're going to go up and have a look on the bridge. The bridge. What does it say? It's going to tell us something. The Greyfriars Bridge, Shrewsbury and Atcham Borough Council. Doesn't say when it was built. I will find out. As we get to the middle of the bridge, there are great views to the left and, not surprisingly, to the right. Back to the bridge. Let's see where this brings us out, shall we? I actually don't know where this is. I don't know where I am, but it seems quite busy. Here we are, we're on the other side of the River Severn. So, we're back down by the river again, having come back across the bridge, and we're heading on past what is known as the English Bridge now. Here is the English Bridge. And yet another pointy church. They like pointy churches here. The station is that way. So let's go. So I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the tower in the castle we can see poking through the trees over there, which means we'll be getting sight of the railway soon. And there is the railway bridge, hoving into view, at Journey's End, for at least for today anyway. So that's where we're heading, just through the other side of that. So here we are by the mighty rail bridge over the River Severn here in Shrewsbury. Let's see if we can get up and back up to the station from here. They certainly weren't mucking around when they built this bridge. It's another clever bit, we've got to get from down here to up there. So here we are walking under the bridge now. It goes from a girder construction to a stone and brick arch for the central section. Probably the original, I'm just guessing there. And then back to metal girder. I'm hoping, ladies and gentlemen, as we leave the river behind, that this staircase I find behind me is the one that will get me up to the station. So it looks long and steep, but I'm going to head up it anyway, so let's go. Remember, we do this so you don't have to. And here we are, we've arrived back at street level. The mighty prison gates. So, here we are. Remember this bridge from the beginning of the film? Let's go back over. In the distance there you can make out the tower of the Abbey Church, the red sandstone one right in the middle of the picture. So here we are, we've gone full circle and we're back at the station, which is where I need to go now to catch my train. So I'm going to call it the end of the video here. I hope you enjoyed this wander around the town of Shrewsbury. There's more to see here and I will come back and see it at some point, but for now I'm off. So thank you for watching, see you on the next one and bye bye.